Alright, fellas, so tomorrow, technically, like, I don't know, what time is it? So, probably around 5 hours from now, 6 hours from now, we'll be getting the reruns for May and Burgh from their spring 2021 event and in their outfits and whatnot. We're literally only getting this rerun just because we don't have any spring units ever releasing, and for the last 2 years it's been special costume units, which seems to be the norm nowadays. So, yeah, they're going to get their reruns. They are 2021 units, so I'm going to go ahead and say right now, probably shouldn't summon for them, but I guess I'll go into more depth on why I should probably... Isn't Burgh? Yeah, Burgh is a fairy type. Okay. So, first, let's look at Burgh here. There's a sync pair, so he's a support type sync pair, of course. Fairy typing, whatnot. He's got okay defenses. EX, even more okay defenses. The big thing about him is that back in the day, he was really good for supporting crit with Dire Hit All Plus, which is really big back then. He's got Happy Colors, which raises defenses and accuracy for allies, and he's got Metronome, which is definitely one of the big ones for him, is that he might be able to land Fissure and one-shot the enemy, right? It's a possibility. And then his passive skills. That's what I was looking for. Team Supercharger 5, 60% chance of raising attack or special attack of all allies when the user's move targeting an opponent is successful. And he's got Catalyst and Healing Super Hit and some other stuff here in the grid. But the main thing is that his ability here is that he's able to buff crit, he's able to heal a potion, buff defenses and accuracy, and then buffs attack and special attack. So he can do literally like everything besides buff speed, which does he have? He does not seem to have anything else? No. Okay. But if we look at his grid here, 1 out of 5, he has really nothing. He's got steady aim. 2 out of 5, he's got NPR and Master Healer for the potions, of course. Team Healing Super Hit. Neat. When the user's move is super effective, not that great. He's also got Healing Super Hit 9, which will restore his own HP whenever his move is super effective, but you gotta land the super effective chance, right? And then at 3 out of 5, he gets some more potion stuff. Team Fierce Entry, Team Grand Entry, Super Countdown, which again, need a super effective move. Stamina Reserve for Gauge, and that's about it. What's Soup up for? Okay, who cares about him? Yeah, it's a bit about it. Burgh's big thing is that Metronome is cracked sometimes. If you get Fissure, it's good, and if you get a super effective move, well, he's going to be healing, and he's going to be able to do sync move countdown and stuff like that. But big non-RNG related thing is the crit buffs, the potions, and the defensive buffs, which literally we've got free to play, or not free to play. Well, actually, do we have free to play units? Let's see. You got free to play units like no, watch Cynthia. I mean, you can't really say she's free technically, can you? Nah, I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna figure this the fuck out. You got Xerneas able to buff +1 crit. Scenario, case in point, a lot of units and supports nowadays can buff crit. A lot of supports can buff defenses. You got Sony, who can literally do all of this besides buff accuracy and special defense, but instead she swaps it for having defense debuffs, speed buffs for allies, and probably just overall being better. So as it stands, Burgh, not really too worth it to summon for. He's also split on a banner with May, and again, these are limited units here. You want to really spend your gems on limited units you really want to go for. Of course, if you like these two characters, go for them, but Burgh, so far, not really too worth it to go for when compared to literally everything else this month, like Special Costume Steven, Special Costume Shauna, Zinnia, Lyra are really, really good. Cygnus Lucy means rerun, you know, Master Fair Value, and all that stuff. Okay, I don't have to go over May, but we'll go ahead and go over her for humility's sake, so... May's actually a pretty funny unit. Funny bunny. So the way that she works is... Does she Mega Evolve... I actually don't know how this works. Becomes Mega Lopunny on something about after this move is used for the first time, it becomes Fighting type. So after it's used. Okay. Oh, brother. So, first sync move, you're not going to hit for shit's worth of damage because it's normal type, but then after you Mega Evolve, you're going to get 400 attack, 350 speed, and then you're going to become a Fighting type, where you're going to have high jump kick. The big problem with this is that you can't deal damage before then, and you're not going to be able to get support EX, because May is a, what, tech? Striker, yeah, she's a striker, isn't she? Striker, no, she's not really worth it, no. if you want to look at like her multipliers and the skills here, she's got Propelling Strike, Soul of Fanfare, Neat, Sync Morph, of course. In her base kit, she's able to use potions. She's able to buff all allies' defenses. She's able to buff allies' speed, but she's not able to buff. Well, she's not able to buff crit. And then whenever you Mega Evolve, you still have the potion and her trainer move. This is if used by Lopunny, it raises these stats, and whenever the user's Lopunny is Mega Evolved, raises accuracy by 1 and raises her evasion by 3. So she goes from support on her trainer move when she's normally Lopunny to whenever she Mega Evolves, she's buffing her own accuracy and her evasion. So yeah. And then she has High Jump Kick, which does do good damage, and in her grid she has Ramming Speed and HP advantage, but if you want a good fighting type user, use B. B literally exists. There's no necessity to pull from May in terms of like a really, really strong capabilities. May's an older unit. You gotta really, remember that, right? Sync move nodes, she only has 2 for her fighting type move, and then the rest are for her normal type move, which makes it so it's pretty easy to just literally pick up this stuff instead of anything else that's super important. Yeah, you can literally just pick up this stuff and then pick up like some attack nodes or power nodes and whatnot. So yeah. And plus, that's 3 out of 5. 1 out of 5, you get nothing. 2 out of 5, practically not. Wow, she has potion NPR. That's it. And some power nodes. Wow. Then 3 out of 5, of course, she gets literally everything that she wants, which Ramming Speed, High Jump Kick. That's going to hit hard. She is going to be hitting hard. I do not deny that whatsoever. But that's 3 out of 5, and you have to actually Mega Evolve in order to deal that damage, which is 3 turns plus a sync move that is wasted in order to build up this unit for solid damage, but not worth that buildup. Whereas B, literally, if you have like attack support, instantly can start using like Meteor Assaults turn 1 or 2, depending on how quick you can build up. Like B is insane. B is pretty insane. If you have attack and speed support, not crit support, I mean, my bad. So yeah, May and Burgh, we looked over, and May's a solid striker, but she needs she needs to go through 3 turns plus a sync move in order to get to do the good damage, which is not worth it. You could use that time to actually build up other better units and, use a support EX or a stronger sync nuke, because the first one's going to be normal type and it's not going to do any damage. Yeah. And then Burgh, very solid support. Burgh is not bad by any means. Neither of these units are bad by any means, I would say. Burgh, where you at? There you are. Burgh does a lot in terms of supporting, but you don't really need all those things. The big thing you want to look for in a support nowadays is if they can do stuff that's unique or stuff that's like really limited. None of this stuff is limited. Potions and crit buffs, Sonya does it. Sonya also does defensive buffs as well as attack buffs. So, I mean, and then if you want to have a special attacking support, let me think. You have Sabrina. If Sabrina's a solid enough one, you can go for other, solid special attack crit supports. Or, yeah, special attacking and crit supports. So, yeah, there's quite a lot of options in terms of that. Plus, Zerny is able to buff +1 crit, and he's free. So, Overall, neither of these 2 units really worth summoning for, I would say. Especially compare them to everything else that's dropping, right? Like, Steven is better than both of these units. He's got 2% rates. Reminder that these guys are either going to be 1% rates each or 1.5% rates each. They should be 1.5% if I'm not wrong. But you got Steven here for a 2% pull rate, and he is a really, really great unit. Shauna, really, really good support, 2% rates. So yeah, overall, these units not really worth going for. You got Zinnia and Lyra here, very, very strong as well. Zinnia, Sync Nuke hits so hard, she's got some solid utility with, negating enemy stat buffs, flinches. Lyra, she does, ground rebuff and does solid supports. Cygnus Elusive means Rerun, Master Fair has a lot of value to it, if you want to get that unit before they leave. There's a lot to consider, and these 2 random seasonals from 2 years ago, not really worth all that much. So I think I'm going to end it there, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't go for these 2. Not really worth it. If they're your favorite characters, May is a very, very popular character. Burgh, less popular, but if you like them, then go for them, right? I definitely recommend everybody some for their favorite characters. The units are not bad by any means, but in terms of the value compared to literally everybody else this month, then they're not really so valuable anymore. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.